Alright guys, we are back with more triangle strategy, and today we're going to see what's going on more at the central city of Hyzante. Of course, we're going to check this out first just to see a little bit of story building. Yeah, so go ahead and enjoy the cutscenes.
Well, if it isn't tenebrous. Gloomy as ever, I see.
Minister Sorsley, I see you are in high spirits.
And why shouldn't I be? House Wolford is ferrying my salt as we speak. An illustrious house from the Salt Iron War trying to win my favor. It's laughable.
But can they succeed, being as ignorant to the circumstances as they are?
If they fail, I simply lay the blame upon them and see their house duly punished. I shall gain merit in place of money.
I did not take you for an optimist. Or have you forgotten of Exham and Camsel's suspicions?
You speak as if it were my problem alone, my dear Tenebrous.
Do not misunderstand. It is because we are tarred with the same brush that I have come to warn you. Your dealings of late have grown, perhaps overly so. You would make an enemy of the other saints, should they notice.
And would you too turn against me, Tenebrous?
Most certainly not. Our fates are tied.
Good. Now leave me.
Pray, be careful, Minister.
What need have I for caution? I have never failed, nor will I ever.
Lord Serenoa never ceases to amaze me. Despite all the hours he dedicates to his duties, he looks none the worse for wear.
Even so, I am certain it takes its toll on him. He wants to set an example for his people and those who serve him, and wishes not to worry them over his condition. Excuse me, Serenoa, but is there anything I could do to help?
Frederica, my apologies for the delay. The citizen's petition will require a bit more time, so why don't you and Gila return home ahead of me?
I see, if you insist. But please do not push yourself too hard, Serenoa.
I shan't. Thank you, Frederica.
Of course.
Is something the matter? It's rare of you to sigh like that.
Did I? Oh my.
It looks like something's troubling you. If you wish to talk about it, I am happy to lend an ear.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I sometimes wonder if I can go on like this.
Are things not going well with Lord Serenoa?
No! Serenoa is as kind and gentle as ever. It is my own self I have doubts about. I cannot help but wonder if I am truly of any use to him.
Since Lord Serenoa is always working so hard, why not give him a tonic to boost his vitality? I purchased one from a merchant not long ago. It should chase all his fatigue away.
A good idea to be sure, but the fact remains it is not me myself that is serving him.
Then how about preparing a meal for him? Something nutritious to fill him with vim and vigor.
Me? Cook?
Yes, I'm certain he would be delighted by anything that you make.
But I've never cooked before. I doubt anything I make would suffice.
You won't know until you try. Besides, what matters isn't the result, but the feeling behind it. Use this cookbook. I'm sure you will find a recipe or two to your liking.
Thank you, Jila. Now then, which of these would Serenoa enjoy?
Sorsley may well come to end us once he hears of our allegations. There is no turning back now. We must move swiftly.
So how shall we proceed?
We must provide hard evidence, as Minister Camsell requested.
And I wish to be named Archduke of Esfrost. Does he understand what he asks of us? We have no leads.
Salt is a well-regulated commodity, and numbers do not lie. If this illicit trade exists, someone will have altered the ledgers.
Of course. We'll gather what information we can on Sorsley until the evidence we seek reveals itself. Let us canvass the town and see what we find.
Agreed. We should split up and search for clues.
So that's a hint. Or rebel. Suspicions. They arise. Are you a merchant? No. So there's something that's... Something's got to be left behind to let them know that that's what that is. Okay, so we got a little bit of information there. I'll say that one. I think we got everything we needed, I think.
What news? Have you learned anything?
Sorsley is shrewd. He'll not reveal his true colors so easily.
Nothing can remain hidden indefinitely. A thorough review of the testimony shall show us the truth.
Benedict is right. Let us review what we know to be true.
Lord Serenoa, what does the evidence at hand suggest? Let us begin with Sorsley himself. What is his crime?
He sold illicit salt.
Of that there can be no doubt. One of Hyzante's own saintly seven is a traitor.
If we cannot secure the help of the remaining saints, we've no choice but to present our case directly to the Hierophant. Doing so will require incontrovertible proof of Sorsley's improprieties.
Clarice said Sorsley kept a secret ledger.
Of course. Sales had to be carefully managed so as not to arouse suspicion.
Making detailed records a necessity. I've no doubt this ledger exists. Now then, let us focus on where we might find the evidence we need.
So, we'll find the vanished cargo ship.
How do you propose we find something that vanished without a trace? Suspicious as it is, we'd best search elsewhere.
There is no doubt in my mind that Sorsley was engaged in illegal salt sales.
We know the ledger tracking the tainted salt exists.
The vanished cargo ship is suspicious, yes, but we'll not find an unmoored vessel.
Despite our best efforts, I'm afraid we haven't evidence enough to confront him over his crimes.
And Sorsley will find us out soon enough, if he hasn't already.
Time is of the essence then. What is our next move?
Though we lack proof, we'd best raise the issue with Camcel once more.
Okay. We didn't miss a few things, I think.
Serenoa and his retinue know House End is involved in the illicit salt trade, yet fail to secure any solid evidence to back up their claims. Their position growing tenuous, House Wolffort makes a reckless bid to persuade Kamsal, Minister of Domestic Affairs, to levy charges.
Minister Kamsel will join our cause, won't he?
It's hard to be sure, but we must press our case and have faith.
You! Are you House End's dogs?
A messenger, my lord, from the palace. I seek Lord Serenoa Wolffort.
You have found him.
Lord Wolffort, you have been accused of coercing Minister Sorsley End unto unlawful acts. Your presence is required at the palace so the Holy One may question you.
House End is the guilty party, not Serenoa.
If you've testimony to give, you are welcome to stand witness at the trial.
My lord, this may be a good opportunity to bring our case directly to the Hierophant and the other powerful entities of Hyzante. I expect the Saintly Seven are not of one mind on this matter. If you can persuade some of the ministers to side with us, Sorsley will have nowhere to run.
Perhaps. Or you could end up the one with his head on the chopping block, Serenoa.
Even so, we cannot make an enemy of Hyzante, else we truly will be alone. I must stand trial, plead my case to the Holy One and the Saintly Seven, and hope that they believe me.
You've been summoned to the palace, Minister Kamsal. The Holy One is to hear the accusations against Minister End, and question House Wolffort.
Very well. So, Sorsley has made the first move. Serenoa must not have been able to secure evidence against him after all. But order cannot truly be restored simply by sentencing House Wolffort. I must make of this opportunity what I can.
That sounds like a beacon of hope.
So there is to be a trial, I see.
The Holy One requires the presence of the Saintly Seven immediately.
And here I thought you nearly had it, Wolffort. Did I overestimate you? No matter. There is more than one way to trap a greedy boar. Now then, who will be best put to the task?
The inquiry of House Wolffort, stood accused by Minister Sorsley End, will hereby commence. We of the Saintly Seven will preside over this trial. Serenoa Wolffort, you stand before the Holy One. Do you swear by the Goddess to speak the truth?
I swear.
Minister Exham Marshal, you may begin the proceedings.
We know Minister Sorsley quite well, having worked with him for these long years. But we know comparatively little of you, Lord Serenoa. Therefore, we must first determine whether you are worthy of our trust. Surely you have not forgotten his position among the saintly seven of the holy state of Hyzante.
I would never forget, but...
Then why do you lay these accusations at Sorsley's feet? As one of the saintly seven, he speaks with the voice of the goddess herself. Your actions undermine the goddess's ordained order. I have nothing further to ask.
Next, Minister Kamsel Farrant will make his inquiries.
You must understand the difficult position you have put us in, sauntering into our home to denounce one of our own. We are a welcoming people, and so must be wary of those who seek to take advantage of our open hearts. If a stranger came to you with unfounded accusations against one of your people, I doubt you would take him at his word. Have you any proof of the foul deeds you claim have taken place in our land?
I have a witness who has seen the salt being transported. One of the guards at the source.
Oh, one of our citizens. Any entrusted to protect the source must swear an oath of honesty to the goddess before assuming duty. Well then, it seems we ought to consider the matter a little further. I have nothing more to ask.
Minister Tenebris, if you would.
It isn't strange that lay people would fail to grasp the goddess's infinite wisdom. We seven, however, do understand her will. For most, our teachings are the only way they know how to live according to her plan. It is moot to judge Sorsley, one of the seven, based on evidence brought against him by a layperson, no matter what that evidence may be. Unless you have testimony from one who understands the goddess's will, there is simply nothing we can do.
Lord Clerus of the Consortium is the one who informed me of Sorsley's secret ledger. If you cannot believe me, you must at least believe him.
Lord Clerus is indeed a man of excellent character, but he's still a mere merchant. One whose heart is ruled by coin cannot possibly understand the goddess's will. I've no further questions.
Minister Lila Viscraft, ask your questions.
It is plain to me that Sorsley has indeed engaged in misconduct, namely bribery. Yet while I do not doubt he bribed an official of Glenbrook, what the bribe was for remains unclear. Perhaps you can shine some light on the matter, Lord Serenoa?
The ship that disappeared in the night must have been carrying unlawful salt. He'd have wanted to keep that quiet.
Yet rumor of such a ship has reached even my ears. Would it not be an utter waste of coin to buy a single person's silence, when so many have already heard the gossip? I have no more questions.
I, Idor Delmira, will ask one final round of questions. I cannot deny, Lord Serenoa, that Sorsley can be foolish. But he is also dedicated to the goddess, and he has worked much good as one of the seven. Though he is not faultless by any means, I believe the goddess yet favors him. If we are to pass judgment on such a man, we must prove his guilt to the goddess herself. So let me ask you this, Serenoa Wolford. Where exactly are we to find such evidence against Sorsley and...
He kept details of his crimes in a secret ledger. It must be somewhere in Hyzante.
A secret ledger? Even supposing
Do y'all
that's
not
true, we cannot
even
search our
go
entire
to the
country for it.
source?
Unless the goddess has seen his crimes for herself, we cannot judge him guilty.
Like, it's right there. Like, he went to a whole camp of
My questions are done.
people.
Now we will
He had
confirm
a whole bunch of people mining salt for him. Come on, man.
the Holy One will pass judgment after hearing our opinions.
Can you at least go check?
Serenoa Wolford, the Holy One has passed judgment. House Wolford was found to have spoken untrue.
Of course.
You brought baseless accusations against the most exalted Sorsley end of the Saintly Seven and sullied his good name. Such blasphemous actions cannot go unpunished.
Wait, we meant no insults against the goddess.
Luckily for you, her mercy extends even to heretics. You have one chance to atone.
Go to the
Face
source.
Sorsley's forces in battle and emerge the victor.
What?
Let whomsoever earns the goddess's divine grace be cleansed of all sin.
Bro, come on, bro. But why? Can't you just be like, hey, yo, let's go check the source? I don't like this game. I'm kidding. I love this game. Anyway, well, that's going to be it for that episode. We're going to go ahead and take on, well, 10 forces now, because that's how we solve things in the world of sin. Then anyway, see you guys next time with more Triangle Strategy. Peace.